In the platform, you indicate the amount of time that you're inactive on the platform. After that time, either Bitcoin are automatically transfer either a different account or to a different crypto wallet. So, inheritance for cryptos, I hate example, but if a man is crypto wallet, inheritance for crypto. The other important thing, which actually, I think this is what we allow to do for Bitcoin owners, for Ether owners. You're actually able to spend those Bitcoins to buy stocks. So if you want to buy Apple stock, you don't have to convert. You don't have to go through additional KYC process on the other platform. All you do, you just log into Platio, and you have access to most of the NASDAQ and NYC stocks. You can buy it with your Bitcoin or Ether. Super cool. Again, it saves a lot of time for the user. The deal, because you don't want to. On the other hand, the person who's selling you, he doesn't want to send you the good because he's not sure you're going to send it back. So in this, until both parties are satisfied, when he says yay, he presses the confirm button and Platio releases the money. So if some of you are familiar with Alibaba marketplace, like this is going out well, but specifically for crypto. But not satisfying goods when a third who will mitigate the all products that I mentioned. There's a prototype, there's a video website. You guys, to learn more. There's a cool video website.io. So you just like easier to understand how it works. So we specific roadmap. Going to be rolling them. First, we're going to have basic function. That's the Horizons McKinsey slide. We have some of our team members are huge fans of McKinsey and in the background there, so we're using some of their slides. So the Horizon one is basically the basic features that some of our competitors also have. But then, starting from Horizon 2, this is the neat features that only Platio, as of now, has. And we are working on, so the Horizon 1 is going to be live in first quarter 2019, and anyone in the world could be downloading it both from App Store and Android Store. And then we're going to be adding the other features that I mentioned going down the road. And our platform is based on EOS. But we're not using EOS token. What we essentially do is we use sidechain of EOS. So we're going to have our own private blockchain based on EOS technology. And we believe this is one of the best solutions for us at the moment because the technology is scalable. It allows, potentially it would allow us to do up to 100 per second. It's reliable, it has the right community, it has the right support, it's being constantly developed and improved, and we as a team have figured out that this is the technology that we're going to be using. But our token is an ERC20 token because we don't want to limit it with the listings, with the exchanges. So we have an ERC20 token, and but the technology is EOS. I just want to highlight that because this might be confusing. Then again, very important question. Where do we start? How do we enter the market? Because I'm sure there's some competitors already on the market, although some of them don't have licenses. And I think in about a year or two, when all the fintech sector is going to be regulated, essentially they're going to be out of the market. And actually some of those competitors are actually knocking on our doors now and asking us to create sort of a joint venture so they could be piggybacking on our license. But that's not the path that we're going with. We are building our own brand, and we have an ambition to become #1 player in Europe. So the market and the go-to-market strategy, I think this is very important, and I've been asked a lot about this. So in the beginning, we're actually going after businesses, as I mentioned before. And for businesses, the solution I told you, so it's going to be a service layer on top of businesses to be able to exchange crypto to fiat. The reason why we're going after them is because we already have a long list of businesses who are willing to use our service, because the access to traditional banking is indeed a huge pain point for them, and they're looking for a solution. So we haven't been actively approaching these companies. On the other hand, they were actively approaching us and asking to be onboarded on the platform. So why is it important? It's going to be easier for us to get access to these clients because we already have them. We have a long list. We don't have to create a marketing team for that. And it's going to be cheaper at the end of the day for us. And then again, it's very important, especially during the first month or years of the product existence, it's very important to be getting the feedback from the users. And businesses, they're very good at giving feedback. If they're not happy with something, believe me, their team is going to be on the phone calling you day and night and saying, guys, you need to change this because this is not working for us. So again, this is two ways. It's cheaper for us, and we're getting the feedback, and that would allow us to improve the product. But then again, there is a trick to that. So it's not only businesses, but it's businesses pushing our product down the funnel to their clients, to their vendors, to their employees. So this is what I call a B2B to C model. Again, no one else is doing it right now, and I think this is a lost market opportunity for our competitors. We're going after that, because although it's not the market, the end market that we're going after, but this is a good entry point. The end market that we're going is the individual users. And again, there are 500 million of them only in Europe alone. And end users, individuals, market is huge. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you might know, like the traditional money that all of us have, it's valued at 30 trillion US dollars. So at the end of the day, I'm a huge believer that those money are going to be tokenized. So that's kind of the general market size that we're going after. And I'm not even mentioning gold or derivatives here. This is just the traditional money. So how do we make money on this? Simple, 3 channels. First channel is foreign exchange. So whenever there is an exchange happening from fiat to crypto, there is a commission fee that we're charging to the clients. If you have PGAS tokens, PGAS token is the token that we issue, our client is going to get a discount on that. So it kind of stimulates to own PGAS, to buy it upfront. The other source of revenue for Platio is a monthly subscription revenue. So some of our services, you could only get access to them if you are a Platio member, or let's say premium member. And for that membership, you'd have to pay 10 euros per month. And that's another source of revenue for us. But I'm gonna go back to that again, because this is related to the token economy. And smart escrows, we're going to be charging for that too. There's a small commission to be using smart escrow as a product. So these are 3 main revenue streams. I'd say the most one for now is going to be foreign exchange, at least in the first year or 18 months. So I promised to dive deeper in the token economics and why we believe the price is going to increase. So there are 2 main factors. First factor, that drives the demand for the token. It's essentially, like, as I said, all of the transactions are being charged, all of the commissions are being charged in Bigas token, and 50% of those commissions are being burned. So that's essentially the same business model that Binance has. And this will gradually decrease the amount of tokens in the system. And when the amount decreases, the price goes up. But that's not all. There's also staking. So as I said, we're going to have different layers of membership status. First is basic. Second one is silver. The most highest one is Platinum. And in order to reach to the highest one, you have to deposit a certain amount of Bigas tokens and hold it for at least a month. This is the only way you can actually get access to premium services. This will drive down the velocity of the token and essentially increase the price as well. So these are the two main functions. And for the users, those users who own Bigas tokens, they would have discounts that they could be using on the platform. So this is the token distribution. This is the price of our token. We're currently in a private pre-sale, but we are going to be open to the public very soon. We tackle first quarter of 2019, roughly February. Currently, we are very close to closing our soft cap, which is 5 million euros. We have very interesting investors, and some of the news, if you follow us, you'll be getting them very shortly. In terms of the fundraising process. So our team, we have 17 people right now. Again, we're headquartered in London, but our R&D team is based in Kiev, Ukraine, because this is where most of engineers are based, and we are getting hold of the most talented ones in that region. But our business side of company is located in London. So I'm the CEO and co-founder. Vlad is our chief strategist. He's a super cool guy. He had previously run a similar company, but without crypto in Europe, which he sold before, almost a year ago. And our advisors, very diverse team. Some of these guys, like Tim Golf, he built a company worth billions of US dollars, and it was in Russia. The company called his Sveznoy, was a lending solution provider. So he has a very good background in terms of understanding how to scale businesses, how to focus, the go-to-market strategy. Mark, the first guy here, corporate strategy advisor, he was in fintech business since 1999. Again, he started off with a lending provider. It wasn't online at that time, but it gradually became an online business. Also a McKinsey background, very down-to-earth guy, and I've known him for 8 years already, so he's supporting us. And all of the guys, I'm not going to go through all of them. All of these guys have LinkedIn. You can actually search us up, reach out to us directly, and we'd be very glad to answer the questions that you have. Here are the contact information, and thank you very much. If you'd let me, I'll just do a selfie.